we're working so hard in our schools, but, we have to broaden out, just within our province now, and this is the work that, that we're doing.
To speak really quickly on Powerful Learning Practice, it's a professional development organization and a model really for professional development that's specifically around job-embedded PD. The two founders, Cheryl Nussbaum-Beach and Will Richardson, have been real advocates for this type of network learning, but taking network learning and bringing it into an in-school model. What's really significant about that particular approach is they're looking at what they call a three-pronged approach, where they look at existing PLC or professional learning communities, communities of practice, which comes from Laban Wenger's work, which really looks at communities forming around shared interests, and the whole idea of personal learning networks, which is really kind of a new phenomena, which really kind of looks at how people look beyond their school districts to connect in different ways through networks, things like Twitter and Facebook and that sort of thing. So in Saskatchewan, there's actually there are 3 school districts that are with Powerful Learning Practice. There's Saskatoon Public, there's Good Spirit School Division, and there's Prairie South School Division. And so we're actually working with, those 3 districts are working with groups from Alberta, and they're actually, and also with groups from Ontario. So it's kind of neat, like that doesn't happen very often, where you actually have districts working, for one, just within the province, but even thinking about how they're actually working beyond the province and working and seeing what's going on in Alberta, our neighbor, and Ontario to the east.
I'm a literacy teacher working with K-8 teachers. I guess I would call myself emergent in technology. I'm trying to learn the tools, what would work well in our role, and it's been really supportive in that way, and it's helped me be able to connect and collaborate with other like-minded professionals, and then being able to work within the NING, and now be able to have the confidence to move without it into more of a global connection and collaboration with other individuals.
With Good Spirit School Division, I am the only math coach for our school division, and so I have been trying to seek out other math coaches, and it's been a difficult time to actually find someone that has a similar position as myself. So in PLP, it just happened that I started to network, and I found other teachers that had similar positions as my own. Actually, there was another lady within the PLP. She had noticed that there were a few of us that had similar positions, so she started up a Google Doc, and from this Google Doc we just put down where we were from, what was our specific role in our positions, and we found that this was a nice place to start to network. And we decided that we were going to meet and chat in an Illuminate room. So we did, we booked an Illuminate room one day, and we just got to know each other. What has happened from that particular day that we met in Illuminate, we started a wiki. And we thought that it would be important that we worked smarter and not harder by providing professional development. So the wiki was a tool for us to share some of the presentations that we've already created.
It's really helped guide me as sort of redirect my role, the technology and the learning that I've been doing online through the PLP, is that I'm more in a role, to connect rather than being the expert knowledge. I am able to help guide my students. I'm working at the school that I am, and we're working on reading comprehension strategies. And within the NING, I've been able to discover different individuals who have helped support that role with resources, with expertise.
For a long time, we sort of, our biggest network has been just our school, or perhaps other schools in the district, and really looking at this concept of global learning and network learning, and taking practice, not looking specifically at practice that just happens locally, but also thinking about some of the great practice that is happening in other districts, in other provinces, in other countries. So I think Saskatchewan has really benefited from this because, teachers specifically, because they can actually share their practice with others. They can showcase some of the great things that are happening here, but they can also tap into some of the great networks out there. So it's really kind of an interesting phenomena. I don't think a lot of school districts really get this chance to share outside of it. So I think the underlying idea behind powerful learning practice and network learning is that we really need to look and share and contribute and create and do a number of things with our practice more outwardly than we ever have before. We can't remain in our classrooms, we can't remain in our districts anymore. We really need to be much more open, transparent, and create a culture of sharing amongst our educational communities.